Real Talk disclaimer. The information provided by the host on this platform is for education and awareness purposes only. All information provided on this platform is provided in good faith. We make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, validity, and reliability of information shared by the host or show guests. The views and opinions of guests on the show do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the host of Real Talk. Under no circumstances do the host, show guests, sponsors, or affiliates assume responsibility for the actions of any viewer.
Welcome to Real Talk, ladies and gentlemen. You have Pastor Z and our beautiful co-host, Miss Bishop T. How you doing today?
Good, Mr. Pastor.
Yeah, I knew I messed up when I did that. And you such a teacher. I don't know why you retired. I mean, as much help we need in the system, you're correct in a minute. I tell you. I mean, especially
No,
me.
it was just no. Listen, it was funny to me because when I was pastoring over at New Life, when you're dealing with people who are not necessarily in the community, not all of those people were church. So by my name being church wise, being Bishop Tanya Latham, they may say Miss Bishop. So that's why I laugh because it wasn't in a sense to correct. No.
So it's okay
It was
though.
it
You
was
know,
it's
I,
fine.
I, I like
How
to
are you today?
I'm wonderful. I'm
Have
wonderful.
you have you had a good week thus far?
I have. I have.
Awesome.
I understand. I see how you're trying to curve the conversation, but
No,
it's
awesome. No, I'm really concerned about how your week has gone.
or are you?
Yes.
It
Have
has
you
what
had a good week?
I have.
That's
I
good.
have.
That's good.
I
That's
have.
good. That's good. That's
What
good.
about yourself?
I've
In the
had a wonderful.
graduations you have attended?
No, I haven't attended. I attended some graduations on last week. Yeah, my niece Zacolia graduated, and we have one this coming weekend. Caitlin Holloman is graduating this weekend, and so we're excited about that. So did you attend? Have you attended any graduations? I know you have to.
Tomorrow my grandson will be she w- he will be graduating from Stripling Elementary. So I get
Cameron.
yes, he'll be going
Awesome.
to middle school. So
Okay.
we're excited about that. I'm trying to get some stuff up right quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're
So
excited to have all the people gathering with us tonight.
we are. We are. We have
Yeah.
19 on at this very minute.
Yeah.
19 on at this very minute. We have several ways that you can join us here. We have Miss Shannon Wyatt and hello everyone. Mr. Marquise, the designer himself, Coach, saying what's up. Dana
You
Jermaine saying hello on today. Miss Marion Miller Johnson say hello.
you you
Miss
you went to the fashion show, right?
I did,
I
and
saw you in all of your swag.
did you? Well, we're
Yes.
gonna show a few of the photos soon as we get them up and sent. But yeah, we had a good time. Hello, Miss Mary Smitherman. Hello, Miss Debbie Davis. We're glad to have all of you to join us on tonight. Join us on tonight. We are able to. You are able to tune in to our Real Talk podcast. Um, Several different ways. One way is by conference call. That number is 1-646-224-5980. That PIN number is 334-1986. And you can also join us on Facebook Live. We are on Facebook Live. And we would like for you to join us there. We also have a YouTube channel. Like and subscribe our YouTube channel. We have a Twitter as well. Have a Twitter as well. All right. So, listen, before we bring our guests on tonight, Bishop T, Buffalo, New York. Sad situation. Racism exists for those who dodge the conversation, who feel like sometimes we're wrong because we bring awareness that it does exist. Um, Innocent lives taken all because of the color of their skin. And then, from my understanding, um, he pleaded not guilty.
Yeah, he pleaded not guilty, and at one point, the attorney had asked for mental evaluation or whatever, and he withdrew that. And I think that was yesterday or a couple of days ago. I made reference to, and it deals with what you're talking about. It is a sad situation because it is all but premeditated because of the things he did prior. He actually researched and scoped that grocery store out. And he purposely did it because of who shopped, the neighborhood that the grocery store was in, who shopped at that grocery store. It's chilling to me. It in some ways it almost angers me because when I see the 10 people who were killed, there is I see a grandmother. She had, well, 86 years old. I could only imagine if one of my grandparents were living at 86. Um, at 86 years old and still able to go to the grocery store and be gunned down, 70 something years old. That's my mama. That's my aunt, my uncles, one of my aunts and uncles going to the grocery store. So it bothers me. But I think what bothers me the most about that is I believe it was Evangelist Hope who shared a clip of the pastor that was saying something about Democrats. If there were Democrats, they couldn't be members of his church. Get up, get out, called them the devil and baby butchering Democrats. And it bothers me because they're on this pro-life kick. And but the pro-life is only for a fetus or embryo. Pro-life is not for Black Americans or those Black people who were in that grocery store. And understand what I'm saying is that I don't hear anything. I'm not hearing any of those same people who have been pro-life, 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 it now you're silent. But it's racism, it's hatred. It is hatred in a way that it, you know, we where are we? What time are we living in? And so many are sitting back quietly, not saying anything because they're just pro-life or hollering about abortion, but not pro-life for those people. And it's, it is a white supremacist issue, but it seems as though, where was it, Milwaukee, or where was it where the Japanese went in and killed or did some shooting, and I don't know if anybody was killed at one of the churches, the Asian churches, because of political differences. So there is, so if people don't think like we think, look like we look, we take it upon ourselves to just end their lives. And I'm talking about the 86-year-old woman, and then I'm done. The 86-year-old woman, I think she was the fire chief's mother. So the fire chief is there. Somebody's saying to the fire chief, him being there, he said, "Yeah, I'm here because I've been calling my mother for the last 20 minutes and she hadn't answered." Because of hatred.
Yeah.
Because of hatred. You go out 3 hours away. It's right, Mr. Robinson, slaughtered, slaughtered. That's what that was. And what have, I don't even want to get into him coming out with his hands up or however they were. I don't even want to make a statement on that because
You,
I
you
do
know,
believe,
you
I
know
do
good and
believe,
well had it been a different color.
come on here.
Oh, you
Hands up, hands back, hands down,
it,
head down. He
and
would have,
for those who cannot see it, you just blind. You just blind. Let's just call it what it is. You blind and you don't want to see it. You don't want
but
to
he,
believe that this stuff exists.
and he wasn't finished.
No,
He
he was
had
going
plans
somewhere
to
else.
go other places. He was going. I I, I can't say it the way I want to say it. The way he probably was saying it.
I understand. I
He
feel
was
you.
going on a killing spree. Exactly. Exactly. And in my heart, I was sharing with Mama yesterday. That's like her running to the store to get get just to run in and get two or three items. You know,
And let me say this. Um, and you're so right. Tomorrow, premeditated and pure hatred.
exactly.
There are no, and I was just finna say that there are no
None,
mental health issues.
none.
That's what I wanted to say because I don't want anyone to think that we make light of mental health. We know that exists. But in this case, when you got the N word already on the barrel, matter of fact, it was a white man who was on the floor. He was about to shoot him. And then when he spotted he was white, he said, "My bad," and pointed the gun somewhere else.
It can't be mental issue
It's not.
because he wrote a manifesto before he did it.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I believe that that's why his attorney withdrew the request for a mental evaluation or mental whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So
But let
but
me
I
ask you
will.
this because I most recently saw something and I didn't know this, but I heard this exists. When it come to execution, when you have the death penalty, um, they have options now. Now,
I'm not aware.
forgive me if I don't appear to be knowledgeable of this, but from my understanding, you can die by lethal injection, or you can actually die in front of a firing squad. You ever heard
Oh,
that?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know anything
that was
about
on the
that.
news, and
I,
and me and some guys was talking about it, and they said, yeah, yeah,
well, I'm gonna
and
say this. I don't know, because I know this goes everywhere and is out there. I just don't know about no lethal. I don't know about no execution this time.
okay.
You
If
know,
somebody have the answer to that on our show, okay, Lacey Robinson, tell me about it, Lacey. Type in okay. Tomorrow said different states have that. I've heard of that, and I was shocked. Uh, I don't understand how it works, but I heard that you stand before a firing squad, uh, and that's capital murder. Uh, that's the way some of them. I don't know if they get to pick which way they want to go, or the judge hand it down. If you all are aware of how that happens, please share. Please share with us. Um, um,
it's so many variables to that though, because like you got premeditated on there. It's so many variables to it that there to me there's no way to plead temporary insanity, anything mental with that, because weeks before you got your butt down there
look,
at the grocery store, so but I will say this.
you see what Lacey Robinson says? The prisoner get to choose.
Okay, I will
Wow.
say this. When you go into these stores, you need to, the Bible say, watch and pray. You need to be watching, you need to be praying, and if it don't feel right, you need to go on. You need to get on out, or what and I'm not saying live in fear. I'm not saying live in fear,
But be
because
aware of your
be
surroundings.
aware of your surroundings.
See
And
somebody acting suspicious. You know, I saw something just the other day where this young lady was in Waffle House. I don't know if you saw that, and she was up at the counter waiting on her food, and all of a sudden, somebody shot through the window and and she hid up under the bar,
and left there running.
left there running wide open. I don't now that was
She left there running.
I wouldn't have. I mean, I think she moved a little too soon. Because you don't know where that person at, or what they doing, but she ran out there, got in her car and jetted.
You know what? I don't even want to think about it, because there is so much that I thought about. I had been in 3 grocery stores the morning that happened. I had been to 3 grocery stores. Then the day before, I had my 6-year-old niece in the grocery store. Or no, I think we went into Walmart or whatever. So my thing is, when you start to think back and just, what do you do? I mean, what do you don't, because most of the time you don't even see do you know where the shots are coming from? I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it is, we
And you think
really,
about what the Dylan Roof guy that went into the church. You know, those people was there, and matter of fact, he was having conversation with them. He opened fire on them.
you talk, is that the guy's name in, what was it, South Carolina? You
Yeah,
talking about the
got
kid?
shot. And then when they arrested him, they took him to get a sandwich. There should others should be charged. The person who sold him the firearms, etc. I agree with you. I agree with you. Well, let's continue to pray for those families. We had an opportunity to go to Coast Design Fashion Show. Coast Design Fashion Show had opportunity to hang out with brother Marquise Coates and his wife Jasmine. It was a beautiful event at the 210 at the track. There's just a few pictures where he and I took a picture together. Commissioner Jeffery Washington took a picture with him. And there he had his banner up. And we came dressed for the occasion. It was a fashion show. And then Minister Di and I, from the prayer line supporting the fashion show. And I know you had a family emergency and you could not attend because you supposed to be riding with us, but you had other things you had to do. We we had all intentions of the three of us rolling together uh, on the red carpet. I was waiting
Oh,
to see what you was gonna put together.
oh, oh.
Oh,
You
what?
know, knowing me, I probably would have had a pair of jeans on
Well, I did
and a
too.
t-shirt.
No, not you.
Knowing
We,
me,
we know how you do. We know how
knowing
you
me.
get down. Tonight, ladies and gents, we have County Commissioner District 5, Mr. Jeffrey Washington, with us on tonight. And we're going to bring him on at this time. Hello, Mr. Washington. How are you?
I am wonderful. Good evening, everyone. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Glad to have you on again.
Yes, always learn to be here with you on Real Talk and Pastor Z and Bishop T.
All right. All right. So let's dive into it.
Before we
The
die, let me say
date is drawing near.
yes,
Drawing near. The 24th will be here before you know it.
Tuesday.
Are you ready for it to get here?
Yes, I am. I'm beyond ready. The excitement is building, the anticipation is building, and looking forward to this and see what the constituents do. I am truly excited about it. I am truly excited.
Okay. You was about to say something.
I wanted to say to my heart goes out to the families in Buffalo. I just want to make sure I share that with everyone that we continue to pray for those families and keep them lifted up in our prayers each and every day and night.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Let's talk about how things have been going. How things been going. The excitement. Is there any excitement, or is the excitement still there concerning your campaign?
Yeah, it seems like we still have some people still excited. I truly am excited. We're out knocking doors, hoping that we miss no one and sharing with them the platform, sharing with them. We're excited, asking them for their support and their vote. Just trying to let people know I still want to continue to be their county commissioner, continue doing the work that I've done for them, and want to do more and exciting things in our District 5.
Okay. All right. Well, I've heard quite a few interviews with your opponent. And there's been a lot of things said. Um, uh, let's talk about the mega site. Now, I, for one, I've heard so much said about discretionary fund, discretionary fund, discretionary fund. I've heard even them talk about this seed money. It's funny how it's okay for them to give seed money to a whole nother district. When they talk about the lawsuit that Mr. Presley was involved in order to receive pretty much the even share of money for District 5 as other districts received. To me, I find it kind of an insult to District 5 to take money that was given for District 5 and give it to um, Rainbow City. Um, I think, and I still hear, I hear her talk about the drainage, and I hear her talk about what's taking place in District 5 and the roads and the drainage is bad. Well, if you keep your money in your district, it's a possibility you can get some of this stuff done. Am I correct?
Yes, a lot of things we can get done. And let's just talk about um, the second thing you mentioned, the press release. Austin family, Austin commissioner during the time he was serving as commissioner. Coach Presley went to the courts and sued the county to get equal shares of road money. At that time, they were road commissioners. District 5 has the least amount of county roads. Most of District 5 lies within municipalities. Atala, uh, Gaston, and I guess you say Alabama City, but that's still part of Gaston. And that's District 5. And so we don't have many county roads. So every year that we're in office, we get $110,000 road discretionary money to use in our district to help with other municipalities or projects on our county roads that we may or may not have to do things with. We get to use that money. Again, I'm all for working together with communities, but I think that when there are problems and issues arise in our community should come first. With $110,000, $150,000 will go a long way in our community. Now, I get hassled about spending my discretionary fund in District 5. I'm okay with that because I'm proud that I'm able to put the money back into our community. But when you tell me that you're proud of the fact that I took my $150,000 that was earmarked to District 5, you take that and give it to another municipality. Well, you talk about the district lines and how proud you are, and it's such an insult that I changed the lines a little bit to keep the majority, minority, and you want to crucify me about that. But when you take money that he went to court and actually sued for, and you take that money out of our district and you want to call me out, well, I mean, I normally don't say anything. I'm normally sit back and be quiet and let people talk. But tonight I feel like, everybody's always want to downplay me for doing the things that I feel that are right. But to me, $150,000 go a long way in District 5. With the sewer, the drainer, the issues, and regardless if you was running for mayor or not, and the city of Gaston would work with you or wouldn't work with you, you could have left that money in there for the incoming commissioner. You could have gave that money to the engineering department to tell them to do things in your district. There's a whole lot of things we could have done. Even if you had to gave the rest of it to the city of Atala, which is also part of your district. But when you're running for mayor and you take $150,000 around election time and give it to a Republican, pretty much Republican neighborhood, I have an understanding. It kind of bothers me that even all of your campaign funds and money come from a Republican party. Advance Edward is mostly Republicans. And they sit there and they give you $10,000 to run against me. And they're Republicans. What do a Republican have to do with District 5? To represent it? They don't represent us. So who are you representing? District 5 or the Republican Party? $10,000 goes a long way to try to win a race against me. My heart is for District 5. My commitment is to District 5. I'm not going to do everything right, but if I make a mistake, I'll own that. But I'm not going to be proud of giving away $150,000 to another community that Coach Presley, commissioner, had to go to court to sue to get equal shares of money to work in District 5. That's what he sued for. He sued for that. He didn't go and sue to try to create a majority district. He was already county commissioner. He was already in a majority district. That's why he was county commissioner. He was already a county commissioner. So when you take that money out of our district, you take that money away from our constituents in District 5. And when you say you got to build a road for industry, but that road goes through the middle of a neighborhood, it's not going into an industry site or an industrial site. It's running through a heart of a neighborhood, cut in to get back there to the mega site, going through a neighborhood. So no, I'm not proud of that. I'm not going to ever be proud of that. And I'm not going to sit here and say that was a good move. But I am going to say that $150,000 should stay in District 5. It should stay right here where the constituents can be proud of what we're doing for them in our district. There are roads that can be patched up. There are roads that can be laid with gravel. There are new roads that are dirt roads that come in here from the countryside of this. We can put that money to good use. There are roads that need lights. We can help use that road for light building, turning lights around. After we repave them, there's roads we use to fix curves. And we have a lot of bad curves. We can fix these things with that $150,000. But I gave it proudly to Rainbow City so they could build this road. And they need to build a road, be the first one built in Edward County in 20 years. It wasn't built in District 5. And they ain't came in District 5 and said District 5 need a road after 25 or 20 years. So I am proud of the fact that I keep all my money in District 5, and I will continue to keep my money that is given to me, my discretionary fund and my road discretionary fund, continue to keep it in District 5.
Yeah. Okay, well, tell me, what are your plans for the mega site? Because I've heard that come up quite a bit.
Well, the
We
mega
know that there's plants that was eyeing or eyeballing that particular site. What are your plans? What would you like to see happen out there at the mega site?
But the mega site right now, currently, we are looking at having the engineering work to done to add the drainage and water lines and sewer lines out there, so that when a company do land, we have that in place. We also have a letter, MOU, to where we're going to annex it into the city of Rainbow City, because when a company comes in, they want to be able to use the fire and the police department in the municipalities. So we're prepared to annex them into that. My plan is simply look at it and see what is going to best fit the need of our community. My thing is, we can hold that 100 acres, 1,000+ acres out there, and we can hold it for one big major company. But my thing is, what happens if we have one small company come in that offers 2,000 jobs and paying $60,000 an employee? Then I say we break it up, and they only need a small portion of property. Right now, we have a company looking at our mega site. Can't give the name, so we can't do that. But they're looking at it. They only want 200 acres. Do we sit back as county commissioners and say, no, we're going to hold on to it? No, I think we'll look at it, weigh the odds, see what the jobs are paying, and we move forward. If we need to put small companies out there that's going to bring the kind of money and pay scale that we need to help better our community and our constituents have a better life, then we break that parcel up. But 200 acres won't hurt us from being able to still land a major company. We had several companies get it. We had several companies look at it. And I feel like, what we have going on here now, two other municipalities got together and they were going to sue the city of Gaston about the rendering plan. I voted against that because I don't think any municipality has the right to go in and tell another municipality how they should run their city. So I voted against it. But if I live in Gaston, why would I sue Gaston? Now, yeah, water upstream may be polluted from these cotton mills up in Dalton and building all those plants, and some of the dye get into the water and it's washing downstream. I think our Gas City Water is doing a good job to try to fight that. But at the same time, I'm not going to join into a lawsuit that's going to sue the constituents of the city of Gaston. They're the ones that's going to pay this lawsuit out if you win it. It's not going to be Gaston Water. It's going to be the citizens who suffer when this lawsuit goes through. I'm not going to join a lawsuit that's going to hurt our constituents. They talk about we made a mistake. And yes, we did make a mistake when we went up $2 a day for the property tax. I made that mistake. I voted with it. With the information we had, we voted. Now we got more information. I'm finding out right now that I've shared with the commissioners on the board. We need to look at that. We need to change it and go with a flat rate of 10% for the late fee. And we leave it at that 10% that is equal in proportion to what it is each constituent would pay. Now, I'm only one. I did vote with them. But again, I'm working now to change that. I want it changed so our constituents throughout Etowah County won't feel that burden of $2 a day. So if we make a mistake, we need to correct it and we need to fix it. And I want to fix it.
Okay. Question about the park. Um, uh, they give you a lot of slack about the praise in the park or the Holy Ghost. I heard the Holy Ghost in the park, which I was a part of. And I don't understand why, I don't understand why people can't just run on their own platform and quit taking shots at their opponent. Run on your own platform. If you feel like you can do the best job, then tell why you can do the best job. But downplaying everything that a person does just because you support the opponent, I have an issue with that. I do have an issue with that. But that's their right. They do what they want to do. I can see why she had an issue on my show because we was kind of just talking direct down the line, giving them an opportunity to share their platform and tell us why they should be selected as the county commissioner. I wouldn't just team her and I wouldn't team you. I know how to play it down the middle of the road, and because she used to interviews where it's just strictly team her and amen everything she says. Uh, it was just quite a little different than than she used to being interviewed. So talk to us about uh, what is your ideal? What reasons are you or did you even do the praise in the park this past Sunday?
The Praise in the Park this last Sunday came from my campaign. It was totally me paid out of my campaign funds. It was not paid for by District 6 or the money that I give to the nonprofit I give money to. It was a campaign rally that I wanted people to enjoy themselves, to come out, enjoy themselves on a Sunday evening, and use the Cobble Square opportunity for me to share my platform again, a time for them to see me, greet me, and get to know who I am. And I want them to come out and just have a good time. It's always fun when you're in the presence of God and you're in the presence of God doing the things you feel God will be pleased with and to lift his name up. That's why we were there in the park. I didn't want to just do blues. I didn't want to do Motown. I also want people to know that I know God and I also love God. And I want them to know that it's not just that. I have something for everybody across the line. We have things planned for our youth as well as we continue. And we want to continue with our constituents. But the Praise in the Park was strictly a campaign rally to people to come out and enjoy themselves. And my other events, they were done through the nonprofit Roseland, and they were done during the time of the lowering part of the epidemic. And we wanted to get people out the house and have a chance to heal. I think the whole thing about being stuck up inside the house for months on end, it can bother you. We saw where I used to work at. Uh, we saw a lot more domestic violence. We saw children. We saw things that were going on because people were stuck in the house. And because of that, I personally wanted to do some things different to get people out of the house. So when it turned that the numbers were going down and schools were back in, they were having their sporting events, I felt like we could do something also. And because we were outdoors, I didn't want to do it indoors. I want to do it
Well,
outdoors.
you have perfectly said that umpteen times.
Yes.
That the numbers had declined, but when you hear other people twist it, they said you in the middle of COVID. Why would anybody want to be uh, at no anything in the park when the COVID is out here and you right in the middle of the COVID. Of course, that's their twist on it. But as you have said many times, the numbers had decreased, and that you wanted to kind of give the people's some sense of normalcy and give them something to do. And I think, I mean, to me, I believe that it's perfectly good sometime to give back to your constituents, uh, especially when they are taxed on everything else. Sometimes you ought to do something free for them, and show them, since the only thing y'all can do is bridges and roads anyway, so they say, you know. So why don't you do something for the people that you ain't gonna tax them at it? I don't understand. Have they ever done anything like this?
I don't know that.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
it either. I know they have given
Bishop.
chicken boxes and stuff like that, because I've been on that team to hand out the chicken boxes. So I'm with you when you're right, but when you're wrong, I can't ride with you. Bishop, put your hand down, Bishop, but you can
Two
talk.
things.
She said,
Are we what praise are we talking about? Which one? The one from Sunday or what? Now it's getting on my nerves. Which one we talking about?
Sunday.
Even the one from
Is something
Sunday,
wrong with the one from
yeah,
Sunday too? Oh,
yeah. They made a little statement
now,
about the Holy Ghost in the park.
oh, well, praise God. Toyola yola bow tie.
Yeah, yeah.
Now
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
Mr.
tell you
Hughes.
something. Them boxes of chicken was a blessing.
Yeah, I don't want to load it your car, and it's nothing. And
I mean,
look.
what is
Let
the
me say
big
this. Let me
deal?
say
What is
this.
the big deal about the
Okay, let
program?
me say this. Let me say this. because personally, I have no issue with your opponent. I'm going to say this. I brought her on the show. I thought I was rather nice until they flipped the table on me, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I took a step back and let them just continue. And they want to get interviewed by Bishop T. They didn't want me to interview them anymore. But I'm going to say this. I can say that she has done some good work. She's done some good work, even when she haven't been in position. I'm going to say that because I was there I supported her. Everybody know I was all out for her, you know.
That's true. Now that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
When she ran for mayor. But when she ran for county commissioner, I've supported you, and I've not hid that I've supported you. You know, I think her voice need to be heard in a different setting. You know, I was even saying that I felt like she should run for mayor again. I didn't understand, but okay, I got no problem with that. But when mud starts slinging, and I'm just gonna stop it right there. But mud got to slinging, and people start playing dirty politics. I saw a whole different side, and I just don't feel I'm in my feelings about that, and I don't think that is right. I don't think nobody need to tear anyone down. Just run on your platform. Don't go be trying to go after folks. Run on your platform. Run on your platform. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So you brought up and you was invited to a roundtable discussion.
Yes.
With Advanced Idawalt.
Yes.
I've had people to even ask me because I think they put up on the screen those, or they make mention about those that decline to attend the roundtable discussion. And you was one of them. I think it was two people that's already county commissioners, right? Am I right?
Yes, it was me and
No, the
Mr.
two people that attended.
Oh,
The
the two
two
that
people that
three.
attended with her.
Three attended. Three attended.
Oh, I know that, but the two that attended with her, Jeff.
Oh, you talking about you mean ours or Advanced Interwalk?
Advanced Air to Wall roundtable discussion. There was three people there. Your opponent, along with two other people. Who was the two other people?
Oh, Jeff Overstreet and Tim Ramsey.
Okay, are they current county commissioners?
One is running. They're opposition of each other. Jeff Overstreet is running in opposition to Tim Ramsey. Tim Ramsey is District 4.
Okay. All right. So, tell me, why did you decline? Since everybody want to be transparent nowadays, you know what I'm saying?
Well, for me, it would be a waste of my time to go into what I felt like was a hostile environment. This is the same group of people that gave $10,000, and it's public record. If you go on the website, they gave $10,000 to her, my opponent campaign, to run against me.
Okay, let me stop you right there. It's public record, and we won't make sure that you are speaking to the truth. It's public record that Advanced Idawalt gave her $10,000.
Yes.
Well, I was told that Advanced Idawalt wasn't given any campaign contribution money from someone that affiliates themselves with Advanced Idawalt. So it said, let me ask the question, because I don't want nobody to be saying I made something up or we on here lying, because we want to do the whole truth here. Okay, because we know it's going to get twisted probably tomorrow at 12. So, it says on the report that she received $10,000 from Advanced Idawalt.
Yes, you can look on there, and it may be accumulation of 5 and 5, or whoever give us large donations, we have to list them, their name, their address, or the company, whoever it may be. We have to list it in our FCA report, our financial pack, and it tells you who it is. So, like you say, being transparent, you have to list them. You can go. Mine is on there as well. You can pull mine up and see where all my contributions come from as well.
Okay.
So my refusal was because they didn't offer me anything. Not that I want anything, because I believe most of them are Republican, and I do not see how Republican fits into District 5. Why I'm asking questions, it may be a platform to answer questions, but I need to talk to my constituents, the ones who elect me. And I felt like, to go on that show with a company or a nonprofit that already told me they're not for me, they don't really want me, they want me on their show. And I didn't feel like I need to go on their show. I mean, I just don't want to go on a show where you already against me. You want to ask me questions that can be twisted, or then you want me to sit there and be nice and deal with the twisting. And I'm just through taking these shots right now. I'm fed up with the shots. I do well. I think I do a great job for this community. I honor this community. I value this community, and everything I've done for this community, I've done from the heart to make sure people were secure. I was ridiculed about those things. You mentioned earlier about the radio. Yes, I was invited to go on the radio. It was said loudly, he's welcome to come anytime. I attempted to reach out to him just the other day to get on the show, called and text. And I got a call back today, and I asked for airtime, and they told me all the airtime was taken up. They don't have any airtime for me to even purchase to go on there to share with the constituents on WMTJ. And
to even correct
the things they say.
Some untruth that they have made mention. So for those that are watching, the invitation was given after some allegations was made about Mr. Washington. He was given an invitation to come on the show if he wanted to. He could pay for some time. So for those that don't think he's been avoiding that, he's reached out and was told that there's no time to purchase for him to come on. So
I think the constituents that listen to us ought to hear from us. And during the time all of the slandering and rumors and accusations going on, I'm not going to swing mud. I'm not going to say anything bad about them at all. That's not who I am. I respect her. I respect him. I hate that they do the things they do, but at the same time, I'm going to run this campaign for the constituents. As I said, I'm not running against her. I'm running for these constituents. And so I did want to reach out and try to get on the show to clear up some things. The mapping situation is one thing I heard that, I didn't keep the district pure. I did keep the district pure, keep it majority black. I moved lines around, but I've moved lines around to give up small parcels. If you understand how mapping goes, there are 17,000 people in district. In every district, there has to be 17,000 people. In those districts, there has to be a 5% margin up or down. We have to be within 5% of each one of us in our districts. In that being said, you move lines based on growth. So where District 5 did not have much of the west side, I did move the line to gather in more blacks to keep that district strong. So right now, District 5 stands at almost 57.6% or 57.6% of majority rule. So that means that District 5 will stand the test of time, that if people move in and move out, we'll still have a majority district to vote another black person into this Democratic seat. So that is why I moved the line. Now, in moving the lines, because I didn't really move people, I believe that South 10th Street is where the line breaks at downtown Gas. So that line breaks and swings back into District 6. With its breaking right there, one side of the road is District 5, and the other side of the road is District 6. That's throughout every district because of the way you have to have a line to separate, something to separate. Sometimes the water does the separation. Sometimes landmarks like railroad tracks sometimes can do the separation, but you still have to go past those to find a mark. So that line is there. But what I done was make the district stronger with 56%. It's not weakened, it is stronger. That if in 4 years from now, people move out or Caucasian people move in, white people move in, we still strong. enough to hold it as a majority district.
Okay. Let's talk about um, sample ballots. Let's talk about endorsements from different um, the Etowah County Voters League and New South. Let's talk about those because those primarily are the ones that we use in our district. Um, it was said that pretty much to me, I felt like it was said, or it sounded like to me like the sample ballot was downplayed as if they're not even important or significant. Um, Made a statement, don't let a paper decide your vote. Now, for years, sample ballots have been given out around election time, and people have taken advantage, and especially those who really don't know much about the candidates, but they want to know based on the individuals that they feel like have vetted, interviewed, and come to a decision on who should be or who should not be. Um, they've used those sample ballots. Now, this particular ballot was brought up the other day, and the issue at hand was both you and your opponent is filled in. And this is the Etowah County Voters League. Both you and your opponent are filled in. That means you have to fill one of those people's in yourself. Um, we had planned to have the president, Miss Mary Christophian Kelly, on tonight. She had a family emergency as well as another meeting. It changed at the last minute. She was going to come on and explain why this was done. But in a short conversation, she said that people know the both of you all, and they're just leaving it up to the people in District 5 to make their own decision on who they will want uh, to uh, to vote for. Now, New South, from my understanding, endorse you, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, here's the thing that I want to ask: do you think that that would be an issue being discussed from that count had she been endorsed?
Um, my opponent, I feel like if my opponent was endorsed, I don't feel like it would have been a problem. I believe that, and I have no problem. Fred Zachary is a Carolyn Parker fan. I believe he would have pushed that ballot just as hard as he could, as he's been tearing me down as much as he can, defacing me, talking about me, and as he says all the time, he says things. He invited me to come, wouldn't let me come to clear up some of the things that he said. So I think he will push that ballot real hard, but because he does
Oh,
not want me to win.
but I mean, those sample ballots are being handed out all over in the different districts, and so of course, you have the right to vote for who you want to vote for,
Right,
but those sample ballots are pretty much somewhat of a guide for those who have no clue or those who wonder who platform outweighs the other, or for whatever reason
right.
that the organization endorse one or the other or the both. I don't think we need to downplay something just because the person of our choice is not chosen. I think we need to actually, because it have done a lot of good in our lifetime. So why try to kill it now? Just because you wasn't picked, now you want to take your ball home, take your ball and go home.
But
What were
I
you
think
about to say?
I want if you would pull it back up right quick if you can, And I want people to look down at the bottom where it says statewide amendment number 1, and it says yes. I don't think many people know what that is. But if you follow the ballot, it helps you vote, because that's what they're talking about, millions of dollars that's going to go back into fixing parks throughout all of Alabama. From our national point, we're talking about millions of dollars that we need to, if the citizens don't vote for this, then the state can't pull that money to do so. So the state is asking us for permission, to give them permission to be able to go in and start working on our national parks, to bring more tourism here, update our parks with the storms and stuff that's come through. And during COVID, they found out that a lot of people were visiting the parks and found out they need to be updated, restrooms need to be updated, new equipment need to be bought. So that amendment is for that reason, but I don't think many of our people know that. So they're asking them to vote yes. And if you recognize, even on the blue sheet, that is yellow. I don't think you have one of the blue sheets. The blue sheet is Alabama New South Alliance, and theirs is also marked to vote yes on that. So any constituent gets that, they will know to vote yes on that. It helps them inform that they don't know what it's for and they don't have time to research and read it. Then each of these voters leagues have done the research for them and let them know this is a good thing to vote on. So it's good that our constituents know that, and then they go in and vote that. So now that gets passed, and then once it passed, that money is released to go in and fix parks, national parks in Alabama and parks in Alabama all over. That's what that's about.
Okay. Now talk about this for a minute.
Well, that's this coming Saturday. I just want everybody to come out. I want to meet people again and greet people. I think some people know me and some don't. And I try to speak to everybody that I see and want to share with them, let them know I'm a people's person. I'm here for them. So we want to do our last push to meet people, let people know my heart is in the right place and I'm sincere, to come out and have free fish fry with me at the Carver Square this coming Saturday from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. We serve until the fish is gone. But I want you to come out and have a good time and enjoy yourself. We'll have some sound out there. We got a couple of games we'll have out there that you can play. So just come out, have a good time. Let's just mingle as a community. Let's come together so we can start doing things as a community to change our community and the value of our community together.
Okay.
But I do want to say that I was endorsed, by the way, by Alabama New South Alliance. They did endorse me, and I went through a process. She also went through the process, and I think they make the decision based on what we share information. I believe that's how it's done, and I was fortunate enough to be selected. I thank them for the selection. Also, at the same time, you'll see it out. You'll see it on my Facebook page, and to me, I think it means a lot when people who are considered to be leaders in Etowah County and that people respect and trust to make a decision, and they chose that as their trusted decision. And I'm not sure everybody agreed at the meeting, because you have people that like me, you have people that like her, but I think they had to go through the process. So I thank the New South Alliance for allowing me to be validated or endorsed by them. And I want the constituents to know I want to continue to do a good job for them. I really do. So I'm asking them on May the 24th for their vote again. Let's continue. Let's continue doing the things with our roads. Let's continue doing the things in our park. Let's continue changing our neighborhood. Let's continue making a difference. And I want us to come together. We're going to do new and exciting things. My first year there, I learned a lot. We also have went to Washington to talk about housing. How do we get affordable housing here? How do we get people to be able to live in a house, a nice home in our district, and after X amount of months or a year, you go through training on how to handle your finances. And every time you make a rent payment, half of that rent payment go towards your down payment, that when you have reached all your goals and learn how to manage your money of power, then that company, turns around and allow you to put that money down on that house, and now you're buying that house. You're no longer renting it, you are buying it. You are a home buyer in your neighborhood. That's how we change our neighborhood. That's how we grow our neighborhood, by empowering the people to be homeowners. And your home has equity in it, which gives you a line of credit that moves you beyond where you are now. So we want those programs. I want those programs to come to our neighborhood.
Okay. Bishop, you have anything you would like to?
No, I really don't. I was going to ask. I started voting when I was 18. And so that was 34 years ago. Those pieces of paper have been around
a long time. Cutie Adams.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just lost tonight. I'm gonna just stay
You're
lost.
not
I'm gonna stay
lost.
lost over
You
here.
just I think you in shock because you didn't know a lot of this
Um,
was taking place.
I didn't
Yeah.
know, and
But
and you know,
it's what happens when the corn is not my side of the corn that's standing up. So I gotta attack it. And like I said about her, I ain't got no problem with her until the show and then a few other things took place. But still, I don't have a problem with her now. I just know where she stands with me and where I stand with her, and that's fine with me. It's a lot of those that I got, uh, you know, on the side that I can care less how they really feel about me. Um, I just don't think that you need to, in order to, if you're gonna run a race, if you're gonna do anything, I don't think you have to bash or tear a person down in order to accomplish your mission. If you are confident in what you have done and your platform is as large as you uh, seem to think it is, then run on that and let the chips fall where they may. Let the
yeah,
chips
I
fall.
think that's a good. I think that's a good statement because, personally, when you have to start, when it has to start getting, when it gets to be a mudslinging campaign and all of that, that's unnecessary. You
I mean, I'm
know,
watching it right now with the Mac Butler and the Gil Isabel. I mean, it's all over Facebook. I mean, it's crazy.
yeah, and usually the person or the campaign that starts doing that has some insecurity somewhere in the race that they're running, the campaign that they have going on. So, you know, we wish you the best, Commissioner. I couldn't think. I didn't know whether I was at church, whether I was on Real Talk. So I was trying to say, am I going to say Reverend? Am I going to say Minister, Commissioner? I'm honest. For a minute, I didn't know what title I was going to give you. So if
Thank you, sir.
anybody is watching, yes, I took a minute because I didn't know what I was going to call him. Pastor, Reverend, Jeff, Washington, Commissioner. I mean, stay
Thank you.
focused. You have what? Three? How many days do we have? 4 days.
4 days.
4 days. Stay focused. Run your campaign. We wish you the best.
Thank
I
you.
wish you
Listen,
the best with that.
listen. Let me just say this, and I want all of our listeners, our viewers, if you have a question for our county commissioner, Jeffrey Washington, go ahead and start typing those questions in. We're gonna take a break in a few minutes, and we'll come back to your questions. But type them in right now, and we'll see if we can get Commissioner Washington to respond to your questions. But I want everyone to just consider. Um, when you get ready to vote, do not be biased because they may be related to you or they may be someone that in your circle. I mean, honestly, what do you want to see take place in that seat? Why is there any other reason why you would be voting for this individual or either one of these individuals other than they my friend, they in my circle, or that's my first cousin? I mean, they gotta that ain't gonna help you when they get in that seat. Uh, what other reason? I heard someone say experience. Well, some people being in a seat for a long time and ain't done nothing. That you call that experience? What kind of experience are you talking about? I look at the city council right now and I see some of the city councilmen been there for a long time. And honestly, I feel like some of them are in the way. I don't care how they feel about it. That's my opinion. And so, therefore, when you start talking about experience, and if the drainage and the roads are so bad, then you was there for quite some time. Why is the roads in the same shape and the drainage in the same shape it was before time? come on, think about what you want to see happen. The reason why, and I've seen this even with organizations, Bishop T, that we put people in positions because we like them. No good and well, they ain't been doing nothing, and I ain't talking about neither one of y'all, but I'm talking about organizations. They ain't been doing nothing, so why would you expect them to do something when you put them in the position? I know I can tell you a few organizations right now, and it's all because they had the majority to vote for them, but they know good and doggone well they hadn't done nothing in years and ain't done nothing since they've been in the position. So what I'm saying to you, put the right person in the position. Quit being so biased about your thoughts. And if gas ain't gonna change for the better, we gotta start putting the right people in these places, man, of authority. We gotta put the right people in the place of authority.
Let me say this. Really, when you look at what's taken place and what has taken place, what took place 6 years ago, voters at large are tired of the same old, same old, same old. That's why you have candidates that are non-politicians who, have very little experience as a politician. That's why you see a rise of those politicians being voted into some of these positions. It's because people are tired of the same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. People are tired of really the mudslinging, the back and forth. We are in some serious crisis right now on
Mhm.
a local level, on a national level. We really need to consider who we are putting in these positions, you know? And so people are tired of the same old rhetoric, just over and over. It's, I'm probably going to have to sign off early. Y'all got me D's on this show tonight. So if I text you and say, take me out, take me out.
We're going to step away for just a few minutes. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
I'm Jeffrey Washington. Having diligently worked for you these past 4 years, I realize there's more work to be done. I'm asking for your vote on May the 24th to re-elect me, Jeffrey Washington, as your District 5 County Commissioner to continue what we have started. Let's continue.
This is a political paid advertisement to re-elect Jeffrey Washington.
I am Jeffrey Washington, and I approve this message.
Birmingham, Gadsden, and all surrounding areas.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs. You name it!
Rib Bones and Humility Music presents An Evening with Gospel's Best, starring the 11-time Grammy Award-winning Queen, Pastor Shirley Caesar.
Right.
Sunday, June 26, 4 p.m. at the venue at Coosa Landing. Pastor Shirley Caesar. And she's not coming alone. See Leandria Johnson. Leandria Johnson. And Tim Rogers.
If you know you've been blessed, let me hear you sing.
An Evening with Gospel's Best. Sunday, June 26, 4 p.m. at the venue at Coosa Landing in Gadsden. Tickets at Eventbrite.com. JB's House of Fashion in Birmingham. Rib Bones in Gadsden. Mr. Shoes in Huntsville. On Time Fashion in Oxford. Make it a girls' getaway trip, ladies. For info, 256-557-3746.
Yes, that's going to be a great concert. I'm looking forward to that particular concert. Listen, Mr. Councilman Thomas Worthy is a candidate for mayor. He has special guests. It's all going down at Carver. That's tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. Your voice has power. Get out at the vote rally. Uh, they're going to, I think, be registering people to vote, and they're asking you to come out, asking you all to come out to Carver Community Center on tomorrow between 4:30 and 6:30. So let's go down and support that for those who desire to do so. Also, we want to let people know if you desire to advertise. And let me say this, anyone can advertise on Real Talk. We're not going to hinder anybody from advertising on our show. Okay? So you have opportunity to advertise on our show as you've seen the other commercials. Just email us at realtalk.z.t@gmail.com. That's realtalk.z.t@gmail.com. Okay? All right, let's go to a few questions um, and or maybe statements. The race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but the one that endured unto the end. That's Mr. George Hughley. Miss Tasha Bostic said, praying for change in Gaston. Our city could be so great. It could. It could definitely be great. Um, it could definitely be great. So, anything you want to say before you sign off with us? I know you got all over me, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell it. Um, Now, when we had your opponent on, we was on almost 2 hours, and you got upset because I only had you on for 30 minutes the first time. So you good with your
I,
time?
I am great with it.
You're able to say what you need to say?
I just want to tell everybody thank you. And again, I want to remind everybody to pray for Buffalo, all those families who have lost loved ones. I'm excited about the race and the campaign. I'm asking you for your support on May the 24th. I'm asking you to share my platform and my ideas with your family and friends to see if they like it. And then ask them to join you and letting us continue doing the work we've done for District 5. I want to continue, and there are more great things to come. We're looking forward to it. I'm excited. I hope everybody else is excited. And we're going to keep moving forward. I do want everybody to know my campaign is a campaign of peace. I have not swung any mud. I'm not going to. I just want to make sure I do the things that are right. And I feel like I've done that to maintain my dignity and my respect of my community and the respect of the constituents. And I'm asking them, look at my heart, look at my record, look at the things I'm trying to do and want to continue doing for them, not for me. It's for you. I want our community to be better, not just better, but great. And I'm asking them for their vote and support on May the 24th. Let's continue the work we've begun, and I'll continue to work diligently for them. Thank you for having me on the show. Bishop T, always an honor. Pastor Z, love you, and thank you all for being here with me and allowing me to share my platform and my thoughts with the constituents of District 5 and those who have joined us on this podcast. Thank you all again for taking time out to be a part of this show tonight.
You're so welcome. Don't forget, re-elect Commissioner Jeffery Washington, free fish fry, grounds of Carver Community Center, 1030 Tuscaloosa Avenue, Gaston, Alabama, this Saturday, May 21st, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Come and
Ready
get
to eat.
your fish out the grease, the hot grease.
I know you'll be there. You love fish.
I love fish. I eat fish all day.
Thank you all again.
And
Please don't
listen,
forget.
and Bishop, you probably should have put Bishop over that fish because
I
when
do.
she had New Life, they used to, woo. I used to buy
Bishop, I got a job for you.
Okay.
Thank y'all again. Hey, please, just a reminder, come out, please, everyone. Share with family and friends. We're going to have a lot of fish. Come eat this fish up. I don't eat fish. So it's for the
You
community.
don't eat fish?
No, ma'am.
No, you don't.
So please, come out. I thought everybody liked fish, but that's what everybody says. So come out. I want to remind you, please, ma'am, please, sir, come out. We got hot dogs, also grilled hot dogs for the children that don't eat fish or it may be too hot for them. Ketchup and mustard will be there. I don't know about tartar sauce, but ketchup and mustard will be there. So please come out. Let's enjoy all of it.
Hot sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely.
You might want to stop and get some tartar sauce.
Okay. I'll get you a pack.
All right. All right, man. May 24th. May 24th.
Thank y'all. Look forward to it. Thank y'all again for having me on.
No problem. Have a good one, man. Anything you want to share before with our audience before we leave tonight?
No, thank you all for being on the show tonight.
It's been a great show, good information. Again, everyone, let's pray for one another. Pray for the victims. We don't know what goes on in the individuals' minds or their thoughts or their ideas or what their plans are. But as Bishop T said earlier, keep your head on a swivel. You start getting suspicious of things, you just kind of, be aware of your surroundings. Really be aware of your surroundings. Until next Thursday, Bishop.
Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you. Go vote. That's Monday.
The 24th.
24th.
I think that's Tuesday. Ain't that Tuesday?
Tuesday. Go vote. Thank you for being here. See you next week.
We out.